first thing I have to congratulate you guys. Your album came out in 3 weeks. It went to the top 100 on iTunes country.
Yeah.
That's got to be exciting for you
It
guys.
is exciting. I don't know what it finally ended up at, but to open up like that, there's it just shows a lot of support. So we're super happy about that.
Oh, I bet. And I saw that it actually was downloaded in over 40 different countries. So your fan base isn't only USA. I mean, it is pretty much 40 countries worth.
That's crazy.
That's got to be. That's gonna make you feel good.
About that, yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you might have to think about actually touring overseas because
we got a lot of family,
one here.
So.
Yeah, right. Just one country, you have 39 more. You're gonna need to dress, right?
Yeah. Overseas would be good. That'd be good.
But I have to say, I love you guys' sound. It is awesome. It is what I consider country music. And as we know now, as time is progressing, music, of course, follows different trends and progresses. Mm-hmm. You seem to have stayed in your country roots. It's one of the things that I really, really love about that.
We've got a lot of a lot of influences. So those inflections come out, like from Johnny Cash to Led Zeppelin to, like Third Eye Blind even. Just that's kind of how we do it, and want it to be authentic to us.
Right. Because
that's what makes the most sense. We can't go doing what other people do because it's not gonna work that way.
And one of the other things that I really like about, because like you see a lot of bands and they put out their first album and it's great, but then they fall into what they call that sophomore slump. Yeah. And the second one comes out and it's like, oh gee, I don't see that with you guys at all. I think you still are like on the climb. It's perfect because when I have your album, and I gotta tell you, I can put it in, I can hit play, and I can just ignore the skip button. I can just let it go.
Yeah.
And that is very rare.
That's the
I think
ultimate test.
Yeah. Well, that's important to us when we listen to music.
Yeah.
So that's something we want to hopefully to come across in ours.
In fact, we don't even talk about records unless it's that kind of record where you put it in and you just let it go. And then we'll talk to each other about music. Otherwise, it's like a song. But we don't ever try to build an album around a song. It's like, let's get a bunch of really great songs that we feel like are really great. And then go from that. And so you can hit play and let it roll.
Well, tell me about you have a brand new video that's going to be coming out really soon. So you tell me a little bit about the backstory on that song and like why you made it your single.
The backstory was that, like tonight, you're in this club venue or setting, how these country shows go, and people come to hear the song they're hearing on the radio. And we see it all the time. And it's like, well, that's a song. It appeals to people that listen to radio, obviously, but that go to the clubs and the bartenders, and so it's like, well, let's just write that song. So we were sat down and we wrote it, and it's kind of like the idea of the sound of the song would be if Third Eye Blind did come out today and country music scene, they hit in Nashville, what would that song be like? So it was this one.
Right.
And so we just shot a video for it, and what was cool about that, because we got to do it in our hometown and incorporate our EP release. So the crowd shots that you see in the video are our hometown crowd.
All your buddies.
Which is great.
Right on.
To include that, I thought it was great. A lot of fun.
When I was looking at your album cover, that went to 11. So the first thing coming to my head is Spinal Tap.
We're done. Good eye.
A little homage. Big Spinal Tap fans?
Well, if you're a musician,
There's
if you don't,
yeah,
you gotta know.
Nobody's gonna die, right?
There's no.
No, okay.
I don't think so. I hope not. There's a lot of miles on the road, okay? And if you got a TV in your vehicle that you're riding in, and you watch movies, and I think we know about every line in Spinal Tap. But we were sitting at my house actually because we had done the record, and we were coming down, literally coming down to the last days of having to turn it all in to the press so they could get physical copies back. And we had no art. And so we were sitting at my house one night, and I said, well, what about this? And I kind of showed him, and we kind of collaborated a little bit, but he's like, dude, no, we got to go to 11. We got to go to 11. I said, all right, so what if the title was Can You Feel It Now? Because it's a lyric and a brand new song. Can you feel it now? He goes, yeah. I said, no question mark. It's like, that makes sense to us. The 11 was important, you know, for Spinal Tap. So.
Oh, definitely.
We've seen the movie. We've seen the movie once.
Just once or twice.
Yeah.